Okay, so this is my Algebra 2 PL. Some of the problems that I faced with this whole honors course was I get really easily distracted, as you can see with my shaving cream. And also basketball has been taking a lot of time out of my schedule. We've been practicing since the beginning of the year. Like, not practicing, you can't call it practice, but anyways. So, and it kind of interferes with my sleep and everything. So getting things done was really challenging for these two reasons. In terms of adapting, I had to get used to the sleep aspect of things, and also being able to learn my honors subject on my own. Of course, I went to Mr. Gablehouse for some help, but I did have to go onto YouTube and kind of figure things out on my own. My communication skills have improved because I'm a really, really lazy texter, which is kind of strange for a teenage girl, but I'm really lazy with texting. So me and Jessica Rasmussen were constantly communicating about, like, okay, we should do this together, we should figure this out. Difficulties analyzing. Reading things on the internet can be sort of difficult sometimes. And just because there would be like websites from like professors and things explaining this, and it was hard for me to process into my mind, but I eventually got it. I had to use my curiosity and imagination by applying the the problems to like people. It made more sense in my head when I applied it to people. Last night when I went home, I was applying some of the modular stuff to me and Jenna's situations. It sounds a little strange, but it helped a lot with like how I processed the information and was able to put it down on paper. What I found interesting this semester was, well, it's basically my honors thing is about cryptography. We're going to be getting into the cryptography, but when I first heard about it, I thought, oh wow, this math is actually sounds kind of cool. So that was really interesting for me. I couldn't really find great pictures for it, but benefits. I'm not going to talk about how math has benefited me, because you pretty much know what you need to know when, like, by the time you get out of middle school or elementary school. But this helped me with my time management. Just being able to separate my time between friends and concerts and different things and basketball, and separating it with my honors work and my AP work and everything. So that's all.
You want to ask it, or you want me to ask it?
I was going to say it's really impressive. You know, I always thought it'd be cool if you were going to pass notes in class to use a substitution cipher so that the teacher can't figure it out.
I actually did that once. It was interesting. My question for you, just for Dr. Freeman's, what's your honors project, or what was your topic?
Ours was congruence theory and Fermat's little theorem. And Fermat's little theorem has a lot to do with just finding if a number is prime. I mean, you can find if a number is prime just by simple rules that you learned in like elementary school and middle school, but this is more like why it is that way type of thing, or that's how I understood it. And the Fermat's kind of leads into congruence theory, so yeah.
Cool. Let's see here. Do you have any other questions? I was going to be evil here and ask you to explain graphic, but that's kind of mean. So.
I actually have two other questions. One is actually three. I lied. Where would you see applying this? Where do you see going from here in this project?
With the whole congruence stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Where are you at? Where are you going?
I'm not asking if you plan to pursue a career in mathematics, but I mean, as a student doing a project, what happens now? Does this get shelved in the back of your computer?
What are you doing next semester?
Yeah, well, That's,
Next
yeah,
semester is the cryptography stuff, and I hope to learn. I think Gablehouse talked about the Chinese something theory.
Remainder theorem.
Yeah, remainder theorem, and that's what it's going to be going into. This
Yeah,
is just
it's one
kind
of
of
an
the
offer that
basis
just
for
came
it.
out. It's gonna be one or the other, because they're not really related, but I'll probably go. They can do one or the others. Cool. Go to slide 7, I just wanna point this out, this is kinda cool.
is that the Dr. Harple slide?
No, it's this one.
Oh, okay.
So do you know what the graphic on the left, do you know what that is?
What is it?
It's a prime spiral, so you start with 1 and
Oh.
you go out. Every time you hit a prime number, you make a right-hand turn. That's what all the blue numbers are. So you go 1, 2, and then you go right. What this ends up creating is it creates a spiral. And if you do it for like really, really big numbers, you can look it up. It's called the prime spiral. You actually start to see this pattern in the prime numbers that people originally didn't realize was there until they started making this.
Oh, cool.
And that's what that is. I just noticed that. It's like, I wonder if she actually knows what that is. You probably, I'm guessing you typed prime number into Google and this was the image
I
that you
actually typed in for maths and modular,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I got. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. All right.
Any
Very
more
good.
questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay.